Merry meet and welcome to the daily reading for all signs for today, the 13th of July, 2024. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Shirley and the lovely Honeypaw. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, moderators, and thanks to everybody for joining us today. I am reading today with this Trionfi della Luna, and I am no longer going to be able to purify with the L'Occitane vervain because the last two bottles, after about 2/3 were left of this expensive perfume, the sprayer broke, and they won't replace the sprayer, and it's been over 30 days, so they won't refund the product. So I'm just not going to bother with them anymore, and I don't recommend that you do either because that's expensive. Oh, but we will purify with this Agua de Colonia Concentrada by Alvarez Gomez, and their sprayers always work beautifully. If you are watching us on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch if you don't want to watch the shuffling, you can use the timestamps to get right to the reading. If you are on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. This does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to make sense to you or apply to you, don't worry about it. It's probably just not meant to be your reading. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your sun sign. That was so spastic. Your sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, and you can find the most recent of all the tarot streams right on our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. Oh dear, now I'm starting to laugh. I hope I don't start on a laughing jag. Our shop is at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. That's a bunch of affiliate links still, but we are almost ready to launch our new shop, so stay tuned. If you'd like to give a donation, you can go to paypal.me/arielgatoga. paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation. We do appreciate your support, and we really appreciate you for being here for this reading. So let's get going. Give this deck a nice clean cut and see what's what. Oh, listen to that cute little rhyme. Okay, we've got a 2 of coins, followed by a page of coins, followed by a page of swords. So it's about choosing your page, right? Because if you're impatient about things, especially money, if you're saying, you see, what happens is if we're afraid that the bills aren't going to get paid, or if we're afraid that that the expense that has shown up, we're not going to find the money for it, we have choices about how we handle that. And one part of the mind is rooted in solutions. And that's this page of coins. And it has great ideas, and it's going to come up with all kinds of good ideas inside your own mind. This represents a part of your mind. Come up with all kinds of wonderful ideas, industrious ideas about how to handle the situation. But then there's also this other part of the mind that's based in fear that comes up with all kinds of stupid ideas that is only going to make things worse, not better. So when you're confronted with a situation and you're wondering how to respond to it, notice the emotion. If you're responding out of fear and you're feeling rushed and you think that this is your only option, it's probably the Page of Swords. That's the information that you are that you're going to be looking for. Is how do I take care of this from a fear-based perspective? Whereas you're going to be looking for information on how to handle the situation in a very industrious way, in a very positive way, in a very successful way, if you're listening to the Page of Coins. So just recognizing that there are two voices when confronting any kind of situation, and this one looks financial for many of you, but just remember that your first reaction is not always the best one. We don't want knee-jerk reactions, and we don't want to act out of fear. We want to think things through. That's good advice for anybody. Tower card, 7 of coins, and 10 of wands. Okay, so the listening is very clear. Listening to the voice that's fear-based is going to create more burdens for you. Whereas listening to the voice that's based in solutions and industry is going to give you a turnaround, complete turnaround. And it's also based on how you're looking at what's been going on. Because like I said, some of you are very impatient and wanting to be impulsive about things based on how you're perceiving the past, even the recent past. So for those of you who've gone through this tower experience, and this has come up several times, so obviously many of you have been going through something. The tower experiences, it's also a choice of how you perceive them. Because if you perceive them from the perspective of this Page of Swords, it's, oh my gosh, it's just horrible. It's catastrophic. It's so catastrophic. We better get in there and fix. Whereas from the Page of Coins, it's more like, well, there's nothing we can do about what happened, but what good happened? What good can come from this? Right? This catastrophe, the so-called catastrophe, if it's a true tower experience, is just ripping down structures that weren't really that good for you anyway. So learning how to look and sort of reintegrating your past from a new perspective. What was that tower experience? Instead of saying it wasn't that awful, wasn't that awful, wasn't that awful, all that's doing is giving you more of a through line into the Page of Swords. But if you're looking at that experience and saying, well, it seemed really awful at the time, but I'm open to seeing what good can come from that. And you can even take that further and just say only good can come from that experience. Only good can manifest from that experience. And that's the power of your word. That's the power of your perception. And when you do that, there are two complete different results. When you do the fear-based, wasn't that horrible, oh my gosh, horrible, then you're creating more burden, according to this reading. Whereas if you're looking at that and you're saying, I don't perceive it that way. Only good can come from what happened. I'm going to learn great lessons. I'm going to be grateful for the structures that went away that I didn't realize were not so good for me. And I'm going to roll up my sleeves and we're going to really get to work and make things better as a result of this. I'm going to take this as a blessing, not as a catastrophe. And then what happens? Everything turns around for you in a beautiful way. I love the 7 of coins, especially if you're having fear or just stress about money. The 2 of coins is frequently financial stress. The 7 of coins is the complete resolution of those conflicts. A complete resolution of those conflicts. The 7 of coins, and if it's not money, maybe it's health for some of you, or other kinds of tangible assets. But the 7 of coins in the Marseille and how I read them according to the Kabbalah is a complete turnaround. It's a complete transformation. Where there was poverty, there is abundance. Where there was illness, there is health. Where there was conflict, there is resolution. Where there was fear, there is faith and love and certainty. So it's a complete turnaround, but you have to choose your path. You can't just say, oh, good, there's going to be a complete turnaround. There will be a complete turnaround if you choose your path of that. And it's going to start with you perceiving what happened as a blessing rather than as a curse. You're going to extract only good from that. And you can do that because of your power. That's how powerful your word is. You are a master sorcerer in that regard. Nobody can touch you when you get into the power of your word. Nothing can touch you when you really sink into and realize the power of your word. And your word doesn't always have to be the spoken word, but the word really means your true spiritual intention. So when you bless the past, this tower experience, and say only good can come from this, and you really commit to meaning that, then only good can come from that. Whereas if you're saying, oh no, what do I do? What do I do? I'm so scared. Then you fall victim to whatever happens to be on your path. It's sort of like the law of averages gets to, well, it's not even sort of like, it's exactly the law of averages is what you have in front of you. This is that, I'm going to just do a Google search on how do I make a lot of money real fast or something like that to combat this. And it's just fear-based, and all it does is burden you and make it worse, not better. So be very clear that you have that kind of power today. You have the power of choice, and the power of choice starts off with basing your perception on the past on something that you decide is going to empower you rather than victimize you. Because you can't necessarily change the past, like what happened. That's not part of the power of your word, but you can change its effects completely. You can totally change the effects of the past. Now, the only trump card in this whole reading is the Tower card. So something good was happening when it all happened, whatever this was that many of you have been looking at as maybe a negative thing, right? But it's a trump card. It's spiritual assistance. So something good was trying to happen there, which tells me that there were many structures that needed to topple. You needed to have this happen in order for you to take a look at the kinds of choices you're making about things and recognizing how much power you have. And to take this as an opportunity, not only to just get over whatever happened and maybe get back to square one again. Instead of that, taking this as an opportunity to catapult you into absolute success, absolute prosperity, so much better than it was. So much better than it was. That's what that 7 promises you. But again, that 7 is an effect of a choice that you make. The 10 here, the burdens, that's an effect of a choice you make. So making your choices, understanding, I should say, that your choices are magical acts. And the power of your choice and the power of your words and the power of how you choose to see things determines so much about where you're headed and how things work out for you. And the opportunity here is off the charts. The opportunity to really become, for many of you, quite well off. I don't know. I don't want to put it out there like, yeah, you're going to be a millionaire or something like that, but a lot better than you were. Things being a lot better than they were before the tower thing happened. That's an opportunity for you, and it can happen. And it's a wonderful opening for that to happen. But just as easily, you could choose another path and be in a place where you're even more burdened than you were before the tower happened. So be careful of how you perceive your past. Remind yourself over and over and over again, only good can come from this. Only good can come from this. Why? Because you're saying so. That's the power you wield. And you want to wield it over and over and over again. And listen to those Page of Coins thoughts, which are the ones that are showing you how good things can be, versus the Page of Swords thoughts, which are telling you, oh my gosh, everything's going to hell in a handbasket, the sky is falling, you better do something. Right? So you've got a very clear decision to make, which voice you're listening to. And it's pretty clear which is the one that's going to make you feel better. To not only make you feel better, but to make you do better. So it's a wonderful day as far as learning the power of your choice and learning the power of your decisions about the past. But it's also a very important day in regards to what you commit to today is really going to kind of tie you to a result. So be very clear about what you're committing to and commit to your power, not feeling powerless and fearful. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me today, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Shirley, Honeypaw, and Dre, and we will see you all for another daily reading tomorrow. Blessed be.